Yeah. So my question to you is, how could I acquire a small business loan? Like if I got a small startup business that I've been doing, I've been running it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I need I need capital to grow my business. How can I walk inside of a bank and, ask for a small business loan?
So I'm going to walk you through this as best I can, right? And kind of figure out what's going on. And we're going to look at it from a few different angles, right? So to acquire a small business loan has a few different factors to it.
Okay.
But the main ingredient in a small business loan is your credit score. So your personal credit score determines your ability to get money on a small business loan. Let me tell you why. So you have a company. Yeah. It's a new company, right? It doesn't have. So you call it YAE LLC, right?
Yeah.
After you, whatever in play, you want to sell hoodies.
Yeah.
Right. New company. You just got it last week, right?
Yeah.
You get you get an ID number from the government.
Yeah.
That's gonna have your ID number and your company, right?
Yeah.
It's still new. It's only a week old, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to the bank. The bank doesn't know the company.
Okay.
Because it's only a week old. Okay. It's like a baby.
Yeah.
Right? We both got kids, right? It's like a baby.
It's
baby needs whatever you need, right?
Yeah.
They change his diapers, they put whatever, right?
You gotta nurture it.
Right. So I don't see any so the baby is important.
Mm-hmm.
Your business is important.
Yeah.
But the baby can't do anything at all for me, as a banker, because in fact it's still new. You still got to grow your business and kind of go from selling one hoodie to 1,000 hoodies, right?
Okay.
But I'm looking at you, business owner, right?
Yeah.
And so how I understand who you are.
Uh-huh.
So how old are you right now?
I'm 33.
33 years old. So you've been actually, around, 10, 15 as an adult for a few years now. Would you agree with that? 13 years, right?
Great.
21 years. But my point is that you have more history than any company does.
Exactly.
So although you're applying for business debt in your company's name that you wanted in your business, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Okay.
And so what tells me most about you is your credit score.
Okay.
And that's the piece that we got to talk about with your audience, is that the credit score is super important.
Okay.
I had examples in the back of my past as a banker in the branch where people would walk into the bank, YAE LLC in New York, right? You walk into the bank, new company in play. You sit down with me. I want to open up a bank account.
Yeah.
Bankers love getting new bank accounts, right? Come in play. We get valued on that kind of stuff. The idea of kind of earning your business, right?
Yeah.
You chose our bank to come in play.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you a red carpet, right?
Yeah.
You come in, you sit down with me. I plug in the okay, what's your address? The name, the TIN number, for the company, right?
Yeah.
I plug in your information.
Okay.
Who you are, where you are.
Yeah.
Hit the button.
Yeah.
It'll say Shadi's credit score is 725, 730, 740.
Yeah.
Give Shadi a credit card for $10,000. Offer him an SBA loan for his new company for $20,000.
Yeah.
It'll tell you what to give you.
Just like that.
Off your credit score. On the flip side, though, if your score is garbage, it ain't telling me nothing. Get his deposit, give him to the bank, move forward. My point is the credit score is like
that's the
other side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything pretty much revolves around my credit score.
It does, and it's so important for you and for the audience to understand that piece of the puzzle you got to kind of mine and kind of grow and develop. I'm not saying go to anybody and get help on your credit score. I'm saying pretty much like you and I talked about a year ago at one of the restaurants here in Jersey, and we tried to talk about money and that kind of thing, right? The idea is to understand where your credit score is today. And wherever you are today, if you're not 725 or higher, you got to get there.
Yeah.
And how you get there is by paying your debt down. Paying your debt down, paying your debt off. The magic number, I told you before, is 20% of utilization. So if you got a $10,000 card, for example, right? Yeah. You should not carry a balance of more than 20% of that card, or $2,000 every month.
Okay.
If you do that, your credit score will be phenomenal. Okay. It's when you go over, you go and we kind of go to the game. We go to the garden and we buy 4 tickets and we spend. I got a $20,000 card. I spend $4,000 on the tickets for all of us, right, to go to the game. We have food. We kind of floss out. We get the limo there, whatever we're gonna do, right? Yeah. And if I let that card balance roll over for $4,000 the next month, my score is gonna get hit.
Exactly.
Because it's over 20%.
Okay.
You follow me?
Uh-huh.
The point is, if I would have gone ahead and paid $2,000 on the card and got it down from $4,000 to $2,000, it wouldn't have moved. It would have been fine. End of the day, know your place where you are now on your credit score standpoint. Get it to 725 or higher. When you do that, back to your point, that small business loan is going to be offered to you because the system, because they tell me to give it to you.
Yeah. Now this is the system.
The system tell you to give it.
This ain't you behind the curtain. This is the system.
I'm doing no fugazi stuff on the back end.
Yeah.
I plug your business name in.
Yeah.
It's new.
Uh-huh.
The ID number in. It's new. I'll plug in your information that's older.
Exactly.
And it's going to pull your credit score. At 725, 740, 750, 800, the bank's giving you the money you are asking me for without even asking me for it.
Okay. So quick question. What's the proper way to use your credit card? Is it the 20% model like you said?
In my opinion,
to build it. So I'm looking for the most fastest or effective way to build your credit.
Right. And so again, I don't do credit every day. So I tell the audience that, right?
Yeah, not every day.
Not every day, right? I mean, but I do my own credit score every day. Yeah. And people who ask me about credit, I help them out whenever they ask me. Like I help somebody, a good friend of mine, her credit score was in the 700s.
Okay.
I got it at 823 actually now. She's at 823 as of last week. And when she's done it over time.
And what was the time frame though?
The time, it had to be like 9 months, 12 months. Now again, to the people who think short term, that's a lifetime. I get it. Yeah. But you gotta understand that sacrifice of kind of getting the thing, kind of understanding where you are today. Say today you're at 660, right? And you go to you actually right now you have every card you have. So don't forget, some people actually have cards, at Best Buy, for $1,000, right? Yeah. They have a card maybe at Macy's or Kohl's for $500, right? So these are small limit cards. Okay. But even in that example, you got a $1,000 card at Kohl's. Okay. You can't go there and wild out and spend $600, let the balance roll out. Okay. You can spend $600, but get the balance down to $200 basically over time. Okay. And as you go from, we can write, like I just spent money on Christmas, basically buying some knickknacks for Donovan to go to college, right? So wanted some fitted shirts and some stuff because it's cold out in Chicago, right? Gotcha. Some sweaters, some jeans, whatever it was. So I spent $600, right? As a spot. And so I knew that I had a balance to pay, right? My score got hit, right? But I know how to fix it. Yeah. Because right now I got a $1,000 limit on the card. I spent $600, so I'm at a high utilization on the card.
So you at what, 60%?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as I pay it down from 60 to 50, 50 to 40, 40 to 30, 30 to 20, it's going to move. I know that.
So your score is going to go up or down? So
it's going to go up.
Because you paying it off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So and that's exactly what this situation is.
And now my question is, so do I want to pay off my minimum balance or do I want to pay off as much as I could within that month? So the idea is pay the minimum balance requirement first, right? So pay my minimum first.
First, right? Right. First. And then as you kind of go through your numbers throughout the month, right? Pay PSC&G, you pay your AT&T bill, Verizon bill, whatever it is. You pay Comcast, Optimum, whoever's actually in your area, right? Yeah. You got $20 extra, $30 extra. Okay. Pay that on the card. Okay. Because as you want to get the card down. Now, I'm not saying go broke. Yeah. I'm not saying, if you're like me, then you're crazy on it. You gotta pay it down because the fact that I know credit score is so important. Yeah. But everybody is not like me. I get it, right? And not as crazy as I am about the credit score, and I get it. My point though is that instead of, spending an extra $20 on, buying, a sandwich at Cooper's, spend it on your own, spend it on yourself, on your profile. Minimum payment required first, right? Okay. Settled. Okay. But now, as you go through your other payments you made throughout the month, you got a little extra money left. Spend the money on yourself. Pay down that Kohl's card, in my example, to get down, because you will see the credit score move. Okay. So now, my spend limit want to be between 20% utilization. 0 to 20.
0 to 20. Yeah. I don't really want to exceed the 20%.
You don't want to carry a balance. So let's be clear. You don't want to carry a balance on that.
Balance more than 20%.
So in my example,
let's say like you said, if I did spend 60%, I want to get down to at least the 20%.
Yes. All right. And if you can't get down to 20%, you do it over time. Okay. You make a plan for yourself and say, well, hey, I ain't got all the money. You know what I'm saying? But I got to do it over time. You can't forget that goal. Yeah. So 60, 50, 50, 40, 40, 30, 30, 20. Okay. When you're at 20, Pay the minimum balance, go forward, and then go to your next card.
Okay.
That's the plan. You got to use every card and kind of have the same formula.
Yeah.
So overall, the picture's going to be less than 20%.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And my thing is, so when is it a time that I should, or how healthy is it to my credit score if I happen to max out my card?
Oh, it's horrible.
It's a disaster.
I mean, it's a disaster.
Okay.
It's horrible.
That's the absolute last thing you ever want to do is max out.
Horrible, because what happens is this. To the game is this.
Okay.
You forget that on that $1,000 Kohl's card.
Okay.
What's your favorite store?
We're gonna stick with Kohl's.
Kohl's card, right?
Yeah.
Kohl's is a game.
Okay.
And I love it because they give you the coupons, 20% off, right? They want a
Okay.
little 50% off when you get in there and get these done.
Yeah.
You know, you can buy whatever you want, but the Nike gear is never on sale. So it's
Yeah.
kind of Kohl's is kind of crazy, right? But it's fun. My point though is that in that same example, you have to make sure that you follow the formula, right?
Okay.
And you gotta keep with the program.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying to you, man.
Yeah. Stick
You know?
to the script.
It's simple, you know.
Yeah.
It's plain vanilla, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you just gotta stay with it, and kind of keep it focused. Man.
Okay. And so, all right, now let's talk cash versus credit, right?
Mm.
So let's say I want to start up a business, right? Or no, better yet, let's say I'm ready to go buy my first home, or have it go. I want to buy a home, right? And let's say I walk into the bank and I got $1 million cash, right?
Hopefully that money's in the bank with me. But
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But let's say I got $1 million cash, right? Let's just say I'm an entertainer.
Got it.
I'm an entertainer. I got $1 million cash, but I want to purchase a home, right? What is like so I guess that'll come off of what I'm trying to see like what role does it play, like if I could afford it out of my pocket, why do I need credit? Why is credit still important?
So we talked before about the idea of the value of credit, right? And you got $1 million cash and actually and a high credit score. I think I may have told you in the past.
Let's say I got a low credit score.
You got a low credit score.
Yeah, my credit score is shot, but I got $1 million cash.
Right. So to then with that $1 million cash, and before you come to me talking about the idea of buying a house, pay your debt down. And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand.
Yeah, please tell me why.
Because they're tiers to the amount of money you pay. Let's just do something that's even a little better, right? So
Okay.
So in urban areas, basically, they have car dealerships, right?
Yeah.
And they have these buy here, pay here dealerships, right?
Yeah.
So let's use the idea of that.
Yeah, we can use that.
Right. Because I grew up actually, in apartments, right? I grew up in actually, 2-family houses. So that can be kind of the audience. They have houses, not have houses, whatever it is. Some people rent, some people own. It's usually, we all drive cars, right?
Yeah.
So we may go, to Bloomfield at Infinity and buy a car from there.
Okay.
Or we may see, somewhere locally they have the buy here, pay here place, right? Because of my credit score, the Infinity folks may not want to. They may want to kind of kill me because my credit score is so low. It's tiered up, right?
Yeah.
And so basically, the lower your credit score, the higher you pay on interest.
No matter
what it is, no matter what cash you got.
Yeah.
So my point is that why have a bag if you got $1 million cash? What you should do is figure out. That's what I said before.
Yeah.
Your credit score is 650, 660, whatever it is, right? Why is it so bad? What's your story there?
Yeah.
What's actually not paid? Like, did in the past somebody kind of check on your account basically and mess your score up, and you got a debt with that collector?
Yeah.
Pay those guys off because they messing your credit score down, right? Did you actually, you go to Kohl's and spend, $600 actually on your kid?
Yeah.
When your limit's only $1,000, right? Pay that down to zero because you got $1 million cash, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to have a little bit of both. You want to have cash in the bank and have a great credit score above 725, basically, to have the world open up for you, man.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
The world opens up for you basically when you have both. It just does.
All right. So my thing is for most people who don't like to wait, because when we think of credit, we think more of long term and waiting. right, to see our results.
Right.
Like, some people don't want to take their cash and pay off debt because they don't physically see it. You see what I'm saying? So if something isn't physically here for me to touch or feel,
yeah,
I don't like to spend my money on it, right? So I understand it could hurt me on the back end, but if I could sit here and I could pay cash for something now, I'm gonna get what my cash could get, because in my world, cash is king, right? But we all know now in 2020, we all know for sure, cash ain't king, and it haven't been king for a long time.
Right.
You know, we digital now, and we run off credit, right? But my question is, how can I get out of that mind frame, right? Like, how can I get out of the short-term mind frame of the monetary cash system and focus more onto the credit system?
So, because I tell you, it takes practice, man. I mean,
Okay.
you have to understand, I guess, that you have to switch your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, where you are today
Mm-hmm.
is not where you were 4 years ago.
Okay.
It's not where you were 8 years ago.
That's correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is it fair, right?
That's
And,
fair.
and so I'm a firm believer in the 4-year change.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I go to high school and a ninth grader.
Mm-hmm.
I weigh 135 pounds. I'm 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
I leave high school as a senior. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
I'm now 5'9", basically 175. Not only did I get bigger,
Mm-hmm.
right? I spent 4 years in high school
Mm-hmm.
to learn history, algebra, math, whatever I learned
So
to
you
be
became
smart,
smart.
right?
Yeah.
And I improved. My maturity level included.
Yeah.
I went from, my parents not trust me with the key to get in the house. My key to get in the house.
Yeah.
I had that only,
Yeah.
and I got my mom's car key basically, and I got some money in the bank. I got a bank account.
Yeah.
That 4-year evolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
My example, I leave New Jersey as 18.
Mm-hmm.
I go to University of Georgia, go to UGA actually,
Yeah.
for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
I leave New Jersey
Mhm.
at basically at 5'9", 5'10", 175, right?
Uh-huh.
I come back to New Jersey 4 years later at 5'10", 193, almost 200 pounds.
Changed again.
And my body changed.
Mm-hmm.
My mind changed.
Mm-hmm.
Responsibility changed.
Mm-hmm.
How I see people changed.
Yeah.
How I value my family changed.
Yeah.
It's the evolution, right? Back to your question.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that we all want to physically touch, our iPhone. We want to hold our phone in our hand.
Exactly.
Spend $1,000 on the iPhone 11, right? We want to
Exactly.
hold it in our hand and do
Yeah.
whatever we want to do with it, right?
Yeah.
I get it. There's more value though
Mm-hmm.
in actually owning that iPhone outright
Mm-hmm.
than being on a monthly payment plan, with AT&T and Verizon.
Okay.
Think about it. I
Yeah.
mean, your audience is probably like me, right? You get the option to buy the plan outright and
Mhm.
spend $900, $1,000,
Yeah.
or put it on a payment plan. Most folks put it on a payment plan. You
Yeah.
know why? Because the fact that's easy to do,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
That's the
but
thing.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
I get it. But the point I want to make to you is that basically you got to realize that if you do that,
Uh-huh.
instead of spending that full $1,000
Uh-huh.
on the phone, put on a payment plan of $25 a month, whatever the hell it is,
Mhm.
the difference in having that $1,000, the difference actually you put towards yourself
Yeah.
in your credit score.
Yeah.
Because that was set up to have you to be able to afford the phone
Uh-huh.
and to do other things. Do your credit score. Don't be out of pocket for $4,000. That's the best example I can get you.
Nah.
Don't spend spend $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Put on a payment plan, right? $100 a month. That little spread there, invest back in yourself, right? So the next phone you buy, you own outright, and whatever happens, your credit score is now better.
Yeah.
Back to your question before, but the rates you offer on the car. I was talking about the idea of the car, right?
Yeah.
The idea of
Yeah,
you going to buy the car,
Uh-huh.
going to the buy a payment place.
Yeah.
The rates you're offered, man, are horrendous.
Yeah.
The buy a payment guy, man,
Mm-hmm.
he's charging you 35%, 40% on the car.
Yeah.
He's having you come every week to pay him because he knows that if you don't pay him, you got the car back.
Exactly.
Right?
You're gonna resell it.
You're gonna resell it and move forward, right? And now you on hook for without that crazy loan.
Yeah.
But if you score 725, 740, a guy told me to buy a pay. He's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
He said, why are you here? Just go to the bank. Just go to the bank, buy the car,
Mm-hmm.
give us the money and move forward. Because we got people here who can't afford to kind of do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. I mean, I didn't know what the scenario was.
Yeah.
I know they want you to pay every week. Like, you want me to drive here from my house to pay you every week for the car. I can't just send you the money via electronic.
Nah.
I can't just
You buy it, you pay for it.
I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not sure if I really answered the question, cuz my point though is that there's always invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be somebody different, every year.
Mm-hmm.
In 4 years, you somebody totally different.
Mm-hmm.
725, 730 credit score.
Yeah.
The world opens up for you. You got money in the bank. You got a great credit score. Trust me, you'll be different.
And 4 years is more than enough time to bring it from a 530 to a
725. 725, that's the number.
Yeah.
Write it down. 725.
725, man. And just for closing comment though, man, is it any more advice or anything else you would like to lead the people?
Well, one, I want to appreciate you guys for inviting me to be a part of the podcast, part of the audience.
Man.
I appreciate
Thanks for
that.
being here, man.
Like definitely seeing you doing your thing, man.
Thank you.
Very proud of you, man. Kind of in this lane, kind of sharing a message and see what's going on. What I say to folks is this, man. I mean, I'm a normal guy from Newark, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of the Carter family, and I'm very ordinary, right? But I've been able to do some extraordinary things because of the fact that I'm just consistently as hell with getting stuff done.
Yeah.
And so I guess what I say to you is that, look at yourself, your situation, and try to figure out how to be better, and it's not a short-term assignment. It's a long-term assignment. Try to figure out, where you see yourself going forward. Include the idea of, loving your family, respecting your elders, right? Include the idea of look at your financial well-being, learn about stocks and bonds, mutual funds, learn about the idea of having gone from renting to owning, be a car, be a home, learn the idea from going from payday, pay here, buy here, pay here, places, which is fine, to kind of go into the dealership and getting the better rates, learn credit score.
Yeah.
The credit score piece from 500 to 725 could take 12 months. It's doable. I mean, it's not easy, but it's doable. But do you believe in yourself to do it is what it comes down to. That's what I got.
Thank you for coming, man.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
All that talking, man. Hopefully I made some sense.
Nah, absolutely.